Hello friends, my name is Ikra Kadir Kadri. Today we will study single layer perspectron. Contain introduction of single layer perspectron. What is single layer perspectron? Structure of single layer perspectron. Working of single layer perspectron. Characteristics, application, limitations. Introduction of single layer perspectron. It is one of the oldest first introduced neural network. It was proposed by Frank Provost Lest in 1985. Perspectron is also known as artificial neural network. Perspectron is mainly used compute logical. Perspectron is mainly used to compute logical gates like AND or NOR, which has binary input also and binary inputs and outputs. Single layer perspectron is one simplest type of the artificial neural network and serve as foundational building block for more complex models, machine learning and deep learning. What is perspectron? Perspectron is type of linear binary classifier, mean it can decide whether an input block to one class or another using linear function. This is diagram of the single layer perspectron. Input layers, hidden layers and output layers. Structure of single layer perspectron. Input layer. Input layer receives the input data, which can be features or attributes of the data points. Weights. Each input associate with weight which determines significance of that input in the calculation. Weightage sum. Perspectron calculate weightage sum of the input, effectively combining input feature based on their assigned weightage. Activation function. The weightage sum is passed through an activation function such as step function or sigmoid function to determine the output. Output layer. Output layer is used to provide the final classification result, usually binary value or 0 or 1. Formula is y is equals to f of left summation I is equals to 1 and under n weightage and binary bias, input bias right. Working of the single layer perspectron. Structure. Input layer accept the input feature x1, x2, xn above. Weightage. Each input has weightage w1, w2, wn. Bias. Additional term added weightage sum of the shift. Activation function. Activation function is typically step of function sync function and it's called sigmoid functions and it is used tan hyperbolic x. Computation steps. Input x1, x2, xn. This is formula of the single layer perspectron. Characteristics. Supervised learning algorithm trained using algorithm like perspectron learning's rules based or linear separable data. Application patterns, recognition, binary classification, tax mesh, basic decision systems. Limitation. Linear separability. Single layer perspectron can be only effectively classify linearly separable and data, meaning that points can be separated by the straight line or hyperline in hyperdimensions. Then next, non-linear data. Non-linear data is used. Single layer perspectron struggle with data that is not linearly separable, such as XOR problem. Limited, expensive. Due to their single layer perspectron structure have limited capability to model complex relationship in data and learning of process. Initialization. The weightages are randomly initialized. Forward pass. Input data is fed into the perspectron and weightage sum is calculated. Production. Activation function is applied to weightage sum to produce a production. Error calculation. Predicted output is compared to the actual output and error is calculated. Weightage adjustment. Weight are adjustment based on error to reduce the discrimination between production and actual output. Iteration. Process of the repeated until the perceptron achieve desired level of the accuracy. It is mathematical representation, and activation function is also called sigmoid function. Thank you for watching video. I hope you can clear the concept of this single layer perspectron. Please like and subscribe. Click the bell icon.